I'm starting to think that in this mod pack, the amount of hearts you have is not a measure of how healthy you are, it's just a measure of how fat you are. Hi, I'm Borkon. Glad to have you here. Welcome back to the Cave Factory, and yeah, I've been spending almost a day just eating and eating and eating, and I don't know how many extra hearts I have. This thing says 32, but I also have extra hearts from other sources. So I have eaten 1,142 different foods out of 1,237. It's less than 100 left until I have eaten all of them, but the rest here are actually getting a little bit complicated. So if I just scroll past everything I have eaten and yeah, scrolling, come on, click, there we go. Not yet tried. I have like weird things like from the end where what I don't know where to get them from, and Twilight Forest stuff as well. This is also something the end, and there is also the Farmer's Delight foods, which are, well, they are a little bit of a pain to cook because they require this magical kitchen and cooking with these things, and I still haven't figured it out. So I'm leaving it alone for now. And I'm also leaving it alone because today we actually have to deal with a very, very significant problem. Let's put this book away. I'm not going to use it anymore. The problem we need to deal with is my performance in here. And I have discovered something. I have been debugging things, like if I look with F3 here, and up here, memory, I was thinking that I was having garbage collection issues, so I bumped the amount of memory I gave to Minecraft to 10 gigabytes. That didn't solve the problem. The problem was if I press Alt F3, do you see that thing on the right? This is the tick times. This is how long it takes for the game to process one tick. And average 14 milliseconds, 6 milliseconds minimum, and then the peaks here are just enormous, and some peaks are several seconds long. So you don't really see it, but the game pauses all the time, and and this is not happening once a second. I have actually measured it. It happens exactly 40 times per second. Something is causing this, and I have found the guilty culprit. And the guilty culprit is actually, if we have this open, if I break this block, see that? Everything goes back to pretty much zero. And my tick times go to 4 milliseconds or average, which is just great. And that block is, ladies and gentlemen, it is my storage network root. So my storage network is causing enormous performance problems. Let me put it back, because now my entire storage is broken and I can't have that. But we need to deal with this, and I have to go refine storage, I'm pretty sure. Because I think the issue, I haven't really debugged this yet. Maybe I should just do that now, and maybe should do that on camera. I am suspecting that maybe it is this part. So this is my, like, all the loose items, right? And since Simple Storage Network works by, well, basically looking into these containers, and I can... Why? Interesting light issues. That must be Optifine doing weird things. Right, I can add things here like this, and the Simple Storage Network will see that block, and I can take it out. Now it will disappear from the Simple Storage Network. And I think the fact that Simple Storage Network has to scan all the chests, all the storage drawers that I have connected to it, because I don't think there is a good way for Minecraft to tell someone that an inventory has updated. This is one of the more notorious problems that Minecraft has. The super long tick times is probably, I'm just guessing, but it's Simple Storage Network rescanning all the containers or something like that. I'm not sure. It could be something like that. Anyway, I'm suspecting that the problem is that we don't have one centralized storage for all the loose items. So let's see what happens if I just disconnect this. Oh yeah, look at those times just improving. So even just updating this, like it won't solve everything, because you really don't want these times to be over 50 milliseconds at any point. But even one loose bit of storage like this, which is my miscellaneous storage, is already causing issues. So we have to go refine storage. And this room that I accidentally showed you that is behind me, I have already prepared it as my storage room. And actually, the crystal blocks, they are so awesome. And this is, by the way, smoky quartz. You get it by mixing quartz and the coal. I like it. It's nice. This ended up nice. The problem is like different wall. So this is supposed to be just a white room. I like this entrance. And the lanterns from the end, they're also nice. Anyway, yeah, we need to start doing stuff with refined storage until I get my tick times below 50 milliseconds or even better. On the other hand, I don't know. Maybe refined storage will be even worse. But, well, that's what we're gonna find out today, because this absolutely needs to be done. Alright, we have a basic refined storage setup here, and the best part of it is the power. I pulled the high voltage power lines because I think I will have lots of whatever they call, like the remote storage interfaces I'm gonna have on the refined storage. So I think it will need a lot of power, so I just connected it to the high voltage network. And yeah, I used the biggest, the biggest storage disk that I could craft reasonably by hand. And yeah, so we need to address the big issue here. I've been talking a little bit, at least, that I kind of don't want this to become an auto-crafting bonanza again, because every time I do modded, it ends up being auto-crafting. But one exception to this will be refined storage, because building the storage parts in refined storage without auto-crafting is just completely insane. If you don't know what the problem is, let's start with this. This is 1K storage part, right? Easy to craft. This is 4K storage part. It needs 3 1K storage parts. This is a 16K storage part. It needs 3 4K storage part, which means that it needs 9 1K storage parts. This one, 27 1K storage part. And then the next one, 81, 243, 729, 2,187, 6,561, 19,683. Do we have more? Of course we have more. 59,049. Do we have more? And no, the next one is then infinite. So this one here is almost 60,000 of these, and I need 3 of those. So it's like almost 200,000. Almost 200,000 1K storage part before I can make the infinite storage part. And yeah, that's completely insane, right? So this bit I will definitely autocraft. If there are any crafts that end up like being tiered with more and more and more and more and more stuff needed, I will definitely set up refined storage crafters for them. But like stuff that we just need to make in bulk, which actually could include these. So the biggest problem is not just making these. The biggest problem is that like you have to combine them and combine them and combine them. It's like an endless chain. But for these, I can probably even set up an autocrafter. I have already set up a silicon auto smelter, right? Just smelting nether quartz into silicon. That I have already set up. I need to do it for the processors. I haven't done it just yet because since we're changing the storage system, pretty much all my automatic crafters, builders, machines, farms, whatever we call them, will have to change in one way or another. So I don't want to set up new ones just yet. But yeah, at least the processors I'm gonna automate, the silicon, and a bunch of other things like I will have to automate as well. Oh, the quartz enriched iron definitely needs automation. Yeah, so there's a bunch of automation that I need to do, but just for now, just to solve the immediate performance problem, I kind of want to shortcut this. Now my big question is like, which should be my main storage in the transition period between having that as my main storage and having this as my main storage? This will at least definitely contain all the miscellaneous items, right? But I probably want to somehow connect these two, and I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, there was a quest here, right? I was looking at this earlier. Yes, for the creative wireless transmitter, and oh, it needs nether stars, and I don't have access to nether stars just yet. I could get them by hand, but not yet. Okay, so I will keep the simple storage network as my primary storage for now, and see if I can connect these. So can I access refined storage as yet another storage that the simple storage network can access? And yeah, this has potential of actually making the problem worse. But let's give it a go. Let's see what happens. And the answer is I have not been able to figure out how to make the refined storage visible from inside the simple storage network, but I have managed to make the simple storage network visible in the refined storage. So that's how we need to do it. And the block that does this is the network exchange interface here on the simple storage network and external storage on refined storage. I'll prettify the cables later, but like this bit is going away anyway. Oh, this is a little bit annoying, but well, we can work with this. The problem is like my crafting remote is gonna stop working, right? It's gonna stop being useful, so let's just put it away. Okay, let's remove these bits here, and ooh, I ended up in the... Ow! I flew into the power cables. This might actually be a problem. You cannot have insulated high voltage cables. What I was saying is that this thing is also going away, and I'm just gonna try to remove all the storages that I have connected that are collecting miscellaneous items. But most of this is just farms. So I'm actually wondering how much of the simple storage network is gonna be left after I'm done here. But well, we'll see. Let's start with the easy targets, and for the easy targets, I actually want to have a clean inventory. So let's fix that as well. All right. It's clean enough, and we're just gonna do this. And turn on the magnet, I think. Yes, and I can drag this with me. Yay. And just store it here. All right. Now, this is what I'm gonna be doing for the next probably few hours, because there is a lot of stuff here. Maybe there is a way to... No, I don't want to auto-import from a simple storage network. I don't want to auto-import things that are in various storage drawers like this, right? I still want the farms to be connected up like this. Oh, this is gonna be a huge project. And what, you know what I'm thinking the most right now? Like, there won't be that much I can show you. Like, this is just a lot of manual work. So let's just get it done. I'll let you know what I ended up with. And just removing these chests and a few of the drawers up there is already helping. Like, it cut down the performance issues by a quarter. Just wanted to show you this bit here. The quick importing of stuff from the storage drawers into the refined storage system. I'm just placing down the drawers here and boink. Like that. I think this is the fastest way of doing this. And the nice thing about storage drawers, which actually doesn't happen on all kinds of storage things, is that they stack after they're empty. So they correctly clear all the random junk data they have in them, and it doesn't really persist, because this has been a problem I've seen in other storage mods, but these stack nicely after they have been emptied. So that simplifies things a lot. All right, more problems. So if this external storage here is set to insert and extract, I'm not gonna toggle this again right now because that is super dangerous. Sometimes when I'm inserting items into the refined storage, it just freaks out, and I get tick times that are 20-25 seconds. It's completely insane. It's everything just freezes and nothing works. So this is starting to look very much like the whole simple storage network actually just has to go away. Because I was thinking that I could just like... I could use it basically as an external storage to the refined storage and just insert, because like when, for example, like let's go here, right? This is the most important room when it comes to my storage. And it is like if I would take out some iron, for example, from this, because the simple storage network is extracting iron from this compacting drawer. When I put it back into the storage system, I want it to end up in this compacting drawers again. That I cannot do, because that is what is causing the lag spikes, clearly. I don't know why, but it does. So it looks like all these cables, all these cables, all these cables, all these cables, all these cables have to be converted into refined storage. I even need to go to the ice roof and get everything there. Every single furnace engine that is getting... Oh, wow. I just realized how much work it is. And I'm also realizing how much work I put into this. So, well, yeah, but it has to be done. Like, I cannot have two storage systems coexisting because, like, that is just causing lag. We need to do a massive, massive, massive cleanup at the same time. Oh, wow. So, step one to make sure that this whole thing doesn't completely break down on me when I'm doing all the fiddling is to make sure that all my furnace engines are being powered through the ender chest that I had anyway, because this chest was because I have the compact machine, right? So I need to get fuel in the compact machine. So I already had the black ender chest. I think, yes, this is the black ender chest. I had it already set up to have the charcoal I'm using in the furnace engines, so that should be safe. I think, yes, the most important one is probably at top of the elevator because, well, I guess I can fly there with a jetpack, but no, I want my elevator to always work. So this is the most, and it's not even on this level. I'm flying so much, but let's make sure that this always works. And the nice thing about connecting the chests to the furnace engine in the elevator is that I can actually remove this column of network cables. So they are no longer necessary. Ooh, they are... Did I inst... Yeah, I insta-mined them. That's nice. Well, I guess the tool is the pickaxe, so that should work. Okay, let's not remove too much by accident. Ah! I don't know. How far is... Oh, it's quite far left. So I think the simplest case of replacing something would be the nuclear reactor, right? So the only thing the nuclear reactor needs is to be fed uranium. And it's actually full of uranium right now. So I can just disconnect this. I will drop a wireless connection here. I won't be dumping them everywhere because they're kind of expensive in the amount of energy they take. But here, yeah, this is a huge, enormous long cable that is only going into the reactor. I might change my mind. I might have like maybe one network receiver per floor here or something like that. Not exactly sure. For now, this will do. And I'll just adding an exporter here. I am exporting uranium to this thing. I'll actually... Wait, no, before I do that, we actually need to connect the network receiver. So for that, we click it, right? It is linked. Let's go to the storage room. I have already set up another transmitter that goes to the immersive engineering room, and this, which is next door, so it's probably unnecessary. I will need to see if I change my mind. Let's see. We are already using 292 FE per tick, which is a lot. And did that increase? No, that... Okay, so they only increase the power usage by existing, not by range. That is very good news. That is actually amazing news. But now let's go in there, and I'm gonna take out all the uranium just to make sure that everything is working the way I think it should be working. That's the exporter. So we connect the exporter here. We put in a uranium here, and yes, it is filling in. So I haven't broken anything. This is working fine. This is feeding us uranium, so we won't lose power, and I can just get rid of these cables now. And basically, yeah, that's all there is to it. I'm just gonna be doing this for every machine, except it is like kind of important to get this right in the right order. So I need to connect the consumers first, right? So this is a consumer, because the producers can still be feeding things into the old network, and the consumers can suck things out from the new network. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense in my head, so it should definitely work. Actually, can I just... Look, this entire cable here... Oh, no, it's connected up there. But in here, I can actually punch it out. I wonder if the cables themselves are causing the performance issues. No, not really. Maybe, but probably not. No, so it's not the cables. It's just the amount of the various different chests that this thing needs to look through every tick. Ow, 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 ow. I'm getting hit by my power cables again. Right, let's just keep cleaning it up. And gone. Ha 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 ha! That was the last bit of the simple storage network, and just look at this. See the graph down here? Yeah, we are no longer peaking at 200 something, and the average has dropped. I actually don't remember what the average was, but it is 4 now. It used to be 15, I think, or something like that. It was insane. So yeah, this was a good project, and this was a massive project. So let me show you a little bit like how I was thinking, how I hooked everything up, because I did some changes from how I did it earlier. So all these chests and adjustable crates and barrels and things like that that are output from some kind of autocrafter or a factory, right? Oh, what? Oh, this is, never mind. This is the only one. There are 2 chests in this room that are not outputs from an autocrafter, and that's one of them. Never mind. Let's look at this one, right? So this one, it creates large cogwheels. So I connect them with an external storage, and I need to remember to set it to whitelist because the default is blacklist, and I have done this mistake many times. And oh, and it's supposed to be set to extract only. So I have done some mistakes on some of those. And the reason why I set them to extract only is that, like, look what happens if I just take out one. It gets refilled immediately. So there is no point of me trying to insert things into these crates that are outputs of an factory, because they're gonna get refilled. So I need to try to remember. Yeah, I did the same mistake here. I think this room is actually badly set up. I tried to do it correctly in all the other rooms. But yeah, everything is set up that way. Oh, extract the oddness. So see, this one was correct. I need to like go through verify these, or rather, I won't probably even verify. I will just notice when something is broken eventually, and fix it up. And I built the cables through the wall here. This one actually needs to move up. I want to have all of them higher up, but the old cables used to be here, so this was okay. That was a still mistake, so that still needs to get cleaned up. But yeah, everything is connected. And I did a little bit of rearranging in up here, I think, yes. Not just up here, but in most places where I have a chance to send items with an item pipe instead of through the storage system, I used item pipes just because to put less load on the storage system and spread the load to other mods as well. I'm not exactly sure if this will help, but probably. I don't see how it would hurt, and there is a good chance that it helps. So like this room is the most significant one. So here we're pulling gravel into this crate, which then gets crushed into sand, right? And then the sand goes through pipes into this thing here, where we smelt it into glass, but then the sand also goes in here, where we wash it so we can get clay. And then the clay goes into this machine here, which creates clay blocks. And I forgot to connect something here, I just noticed, which needs to be fixed. Oh, I will be finding bugs all the time. I actually have gone through 3 or 4 times, but I still keep finding bugs. And here I was actually lazy and didn't pull a pipe from here, which should actually go into here, right? Yeah, I probably need to add a pipe. I probably just forgot this bit here. There needs to be a pipe that goes up there, rather than... I do have an exporter here that is exporting the clay, because, well, lots of fixes here were just mechanical. And if we look out here, you might also notice something very nice. There are no hanging cables everywhere. And I did what I said. I think I said it in some early episode that I wouldn't dig tunnels for cables. Yeah, I dug tunnels for cables. It's basically, so in the beginning I was thinking that maybe I would solve everything using the network transmitters and receivers on the other side, and like including this stupid transmitter, which just goes to the next room, which is just a complete waste of power. And this is the reason pretty much why I don't want to use them, because if we look in here, you can see that they are each using 64 power per tick, And, well, we are already using 800, which is a quarter of our nuclear... No, actually, this is about a quarter of our nuclear reactor. It just goes into powering the storage system. So I will probably not use too many of those. I will definitely remove this one. The nuke will probably stay. But yeah, all the cables I have moved underground into a tunnel like this, and a lot of cables here are also connecting to these things, so there are storage drawers here, right, and everything gets picked up. Like I noticed when recording this bit here, I still need to resolve some small issues, but we are mostly done. I will definitely need to AFK here, not just AFK, I will just do things and observe things and basically see if anything breaks, because, well, it would be silly to assume that I did everything without any errors, so there are definitely some errors. I'll be watching out for them, but on the whole, we are pretty much done with refining the storage. I didn't actually expect it that I would do it in one episode. I was expecting that this to be a long-term project, but the performance issues were just horrible. And as a side note, by the way, I've been already doing some editing of this video. I was very confusing. I actually confused myself. What I meant was that when I was talking about autocrafting, I meant one-click autocrafting like with the crafter here, right? For example, this definitely shouldn't have chests in here. It definitely shouldn't have hoppers and pistons and stuff like that. I mean, the refined storage components, I am okay with autocrafting. The other things aren't. I just had this temporarily because I really needed to get this done. But for example, chests, there is nothing preventing us from having a machine that is making a lot of chests, and I kind of used machines and autocrafters interchangeably, and that's bad. So a machine making a lot of chests, good. This crafter in refined storage making a lot of chests, bad. That's the short version of what I actually meant. But that will be it for today. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a particularly well-refined storage. Bye!